Greetings to JABATAN. Today, my team members and I will be presenting about statutory rights for the subject commercial law in code of DPA 20273. So, before I proceed with our presentation for today, let me introduce myself. I'm Nitya Gopalan, 01DAC 24F2042, and these are my group members. First and foremost, what is a hire purchase agreement? It is a contract between a person who is often labeled as the hirer, hires goods from the owner, and buys them through installments. However, the ownership remains with the owner until the final payment is made by the hirer. So now, why statutory protection matters? First, the law wants to protect consumers from unfair terms or dishonest sellers. The second one would be Hire Purchase Act 1967 ensures that both owner and hirer follow fair rules and also no one is taken advantage of. In the next few slides, we will be explaining about Section 9 until 15 of the Hire Purchase Act 1967. Under Section 9 of the Hire Purchase Act 1967, the hirer has rights to be supplied with full information. As we can see in the diagram beside, before signing the contract, the owner must provide documentation or information like the hire purchase agreement's copy, cash price, the total of hire purchase price, deposit, installment details, and also a statement of right and obligations. This section is very important because it helps the hirer to understand what they are agreeing to and also prevents any form of fraud or misinformation. If the owner fails to provide this information, the agreement may be unenforceable, which means it cannot be legally enforced by the court. In a nutshell, this section is important because it helps the hirer to know what they are signing to and also stops from unfair terms.
Thank you, Nitya. Hello, sir. My name is Darshini Gobinathan and my metric number is 01DAC 24F2019. Today, I will be continuing explaining about statutory rights of hirer, which falls under Section 10 and Section 11 of Hire Purchase Act 1967. Before I begin with my explanation, let's imagine a simple basic concept. When someone is buying something on hire purchase, what are the first things they're usually worried about? Well, it's simple. It's money and goods, right? And that's how exactly this both Section 10 and 11 designed to protect it. Okay, now let's begin with Section 10 Hire Purchase Act 1967. This act is all about payment rights, how the payment made by hirer must be applied in agreement. In this section, the hirer, which means the one who paid the goods, has the rights to ensure that payment goes to the correct hire purchase agreement. For example, let's say Sir Parthiban has two hire purchase agreement with the same owner, one for fridge, another one for the air cooler, and Sir Parthiban made payment Rm 200 for the fridge. The owner must be applied the money, the payment for the fridge agreement and not switching with air cooler agreement. From this explanation, we have a clear picture where actually the money goes and how this Section 10 actually works by ensuring transparency and fairness of payment process by the hirer, which means Sir Parthiban has the control where the money actually goes. It's prevent confusion and protect both parties from misunderstanding. Okay, now let's move to the next section, which is Section 11 of Hire Purchase Act 1967. So, this section is a little bit more interesting. The section is all about protecting goods from being taken unfairly. Let me use the previous example. The owner wants to take back the fridge and the air cooler. He cannot just simply walk to Sir Parthiban's house and take the goods. There is a procedure the owner has to follow. There is a legal procedure. The first step is the owner must decide he wants to take the goods from the hirer place. Second, the owner must apply to the magistrate court with a proper legal issue. Third one, the magistrate court has to review and give approval to the owner in order he can take the goods from the hirer place. And the final step is, with the legal approval, the owner can go to the hirer place and take the goods back. These procedures protect both parties, hirer and owner. For the hirer side, the goods has been taken fairly with a legal procedure, and for the owner, he acted between law. So, this whole procedure, we know how Section 11 is work and with the proper example. So, this Section 11 protects fairness and legal and transparency between hirer and owner.
Thank you, Darshini. Hello, sir. Good day. My name is Priyadarshini, daughter of Rajasingam, and my metric number is 01DAC24F2016. How are you, sir? I hope sir doing great. Now, I'm going to be explain about the Section 12 and Section 13 of the Statutory Rights to the Hirer. The first section I want to explain is Section 12, which is the rights to assign to the hirer interest. This section gives the hirer have the rights to transfer their interest in a hire purchase agreement to someone else. So this is called an assignment. I would like to give in a simple way. If I'm a hirer, I can pass my rights, like the right is to use to the goods, or eventually I own them to the another person. But make sure I'm getting the owner written consent, and I must follow the rules in an act. I would like to give an example for this section. For an example, Ali hiring a motorbike under the hire purchase agreement. Later, he want to transfer the agreement to his little brother Abu. He can do it, but only with owner's permission and must follow the proper step. The purpose of this section is the rights can help the hirer who can no longer pay the payment. So he can transfer the interest legally to someone else instead of losing everything. So sir, now let me explain about the Section 13, which is the rights for the title or interest to pass by the operation of the law. I listed some key points of this section here, sir, so sir can refer here. But now let me explain about this section further. This section is all about the hirer interest or rights can be transferred automatically by the law, not only the hirer own choice. I would like to give in a simple way, like if something happens to the hirer like death, bankrupt or court order, the hirer rights under the hire purchase agreement will automatically pass to their legal trustee. I would like to give an example for this section. For an example, Ali, who passed away, but his hire purchase agreement doesn't just end. His legal family member can take over his rights under the agreement. The purpose of this section is to protect the family members or representative of the hirer, so they doesn't just lose the goods or money they already paid. So overall, this section is about if the hirer died or bankrupt, the interest or rights automatically pass to the legal trustee. Thank you.
Hi sir, my name is Joyster, daughter of Maheslamam. My metric number is 01DAC24F2022. Today I will explain about Section 14 Hire Purchase Act 1967. Rights to complete the purchase early. This is hire rights to complete the settlement. It's allowed hire to pay off the total outstanding balance of the agreement before the final due date and become the legal owner of the good immediately. The hire can contact the financial company, in other words, we can say the owner of the company, and request settle all the remaining installment and minus a rebate of the interest charge that will be incurred due to the early payment. And this save the hire money on future interest payment and give them full ownership of the asset. Just now we see about Section 14, Hire Purchase. Now we will see Section 15, Hire Purchase Act 1967. To terminate the hiring. It's like about we cancel the contract. The hire has the rights to terminate the hire purchase agreement at any time before the final payment falls due. This is done by giving a written notice of termination to the owner. The hirer must return the goods to the owner or make them available for collection as specified in the notice. That's all from me. Thank you.
Finally, before ending our video, allow me to give a quick reflection of what we have presented today. So first, in the first slide, we got to know what is a hire purchase agreement and why statutory protection matters. Next, my team and I have explained about Section 9 until Section 15 of the Hire Purchase Act 1967. So, Section 9 is all about right to information, Section 10 is right to proper payment appropriation, and Section 11, right to court approval for removal, Section 12, right to assign interest, Section 13, right to pass by law, and Section 14 is right to complete purchase early. Section 15 is right to terminate hiring. That's all from us, and thank you so much for giving us this opportunity to present our slides for today, sir.